Hello, Nate. Hey. You coming down with me? Right then, I've got an hour to get down there, out on the rocks, see if we can find a bass. Right then, just come down to Moulin Huet Bay because the wind has shifted northwest and died down, and it's going to be like this for 4 or 5 hours. And I'm busy tonight. I haven't been out fishing in over a week, so I have an hour here, an hour window just to have a few casts, see if I can pick up a bass. I've not been down here in months. Probably 6 to 8 months was the last time I came down here. Yeah, it was low tide not too long ago. It's about an hour and a half into the flood now. So yeah, I don't know whether it's going to be any good or not. It's usually better around here when the tide's sort of mid-tide up and you got swell and you can cast out into the opening of the bay there, just straight into the waves. But there's not a lot of swell at the moment, but it's worth a shot. We'll have a go. So there's going to be quite a bit of weed round, which isn't great. Water clarity isn't great, and the tide is still pretty low. And it's really bright, so not quite sure how productive this will be, but it's worth a blast. Water clarity is not too bad, it's a bit murky, but it could be a lot worse. Well, there are actually a few sets, fairly decent waves coming in. And although I'd like the tide to be a bit higher really, they are just at the end of some biggish spring tides, so it's still going to be quite a lot of movement in the water. It will still flood in pretty quickly. Hopefully that brings some fish in. No idea how this spot has been fishing lately. As I said, I haven't been here in ages. Picking up bits of weed here and there. I'm using the Mega Bass Zonk. There's a few rollers coming in now. That's more like it. just changed lure to a weedless now. Picking up quite a bit of weed each cast. That other lure. Just gone to a weedless minnow. Sidewinder lure. Just work it in with the swell. Try all sorts of retrieves, fast, medium, pausing it, see what works really. Oh, I'm getting plagued by weed now. Just had another big set come in, really churning up the water. If you let the lure sink too much, just give it 1 or 2 winds and you can feel it picking up weed. Trying just to cast out, only let it sink a foot or so and then retrieve. There's a lot of weed being thrown around. There's got to be some bass around here. Oh, big one. Come on. Gonna get cut off pretty soon. So let's give it another 10 minutes or so. Taker. Bang! Oh no! He's off! No! I knew that was a stupid idea. That was a very late take. He's taking the hook. Oh. Well, there we go. Just hooked into that bass. Hook snapped off the lure there. Oh. Here comes the swell. Right. Let me get sorted. Oh man. That was such a late take. I thought I'd just hit a bit of weed as the lure was coming in. I was gonna bring it out of the water, but wasn't expecting that. Oh, I can't believe that though. There we go. Look, hooks snapped off. Unfortunate. Not a big bass, but right, white lure, white lure. Chuck this on. Knew there'd be fish here. Way too bassy to not catch. We'll give this lure a few blasts from here. Hope there's some more around. Right, first cast out since losing that one. That's a real shame that, because the hook's come out. I don't know whether, well, I don't really know, to be honest. Such a late take on it. A little bit sketchy as well with the swell coming in. Don't want to get too close to the water's edge to bring the fish in, so because that might happen. Oh man, should have really put another weedless on, but give this a few casts. I'm literally casting right out into there, straight into the middle. where the swell rolls in. Picked up numerous bass in that exact spot before. Never had that happen to me before. A hook snap off one of those lures. Don't know whether it had a weak point or it just, don't know, got caught on something. Whoa. One after the other. I just had a hit, paused the lure, and bang, had another hit. Come on. That was definitely a fish. This lure has been in my box for a long time. The hook's definitely not the sharpest. Oh man, getting excited now. Just really got to be careful and keep an eye on that swell. Whoa. Right, I'm gonna have to move now. When the tide starts rolling over these rocks, it really happens pretty quickly. Oh. Well, a bit gutted about losing that one. Had two solid bangs straight after and cast after. Had one hit, paused the lure thinking, you know, it's the bass just headbutting it. And whether it was the same one or another one that came back, had the exact same thing, it was a bang, another hit, but no hookup, nothing. So I'm going to have a few casts from that rock there. Might whack on a 30 grammer because I'm going to lose a bit of space, a bit of distance with being further back now. I've got to go all the way around here. So yeah, I'll whack a 30 grammer on, have a few casts with that. I wish I had longer to stay, but unfortunately bit of a leap of faith. Whoa. Right, I'll give it a go from here. That's where I just moved from. Limits your the direction you can fish in from this spot, but we'll see what happens, if anything. Wow, that's a close call. We are well out of the way of that wave. Come on. Okay, this is going to be the last cast. Straight out into the middle. Well, nearly managed to catch a bass. Haven't been out for, well, I don't know, I've been lure fishing for probably about 2 weeks. Mostly due to the weather, 'cause it's been absolutely treacherous. But yeah, almost caught a fish. Had a couple of knocks as well. But yeah, it's just getting pretty gnarly now, as you can see. So one more. Perfect conditions though right now. As long as you've got a lure that can get out further enough. Perfect. Tide's rising, you've got swell, sun's going down. The only setback is the amount of weed around. Right, that'll do it. So, happy to get out of here alive.